How's it going, viewers? Welcome back to another video, and today I've got another sort of Assetto Corsa experiment for you all. I recently got my hands on a mod for the 2026 F1 regulations, so the new cars they're going to be using from next year, the ones which have been so hyped up. So today we're going to see, over the course of one lap, it's another hot lap video, which is quicker, a 2025 spec F1 car, or the new 2026 F1 car. For 2025, we're going to be using the 2025 Williams FW47, I believe this is, because this is the only 2025 car I could get. And then obviously for 2026, we'll be using the 2026 car. And then after we've done both laps, I'm going to do like a 1v1 race around the track. Going to be using Hockenheim because I feel like it'll be a good sort of like it's a good track in which it shows you the straight line speed and some of the downforce as well. But without further ado, let's see which car is quicker. Get there, it's gonna be us. Yes! Woohoo! There we are, yes. Oh, I'm having another accident, I'm over. That is why, that's huge. Okay, everybody, here we are in Hockenheim. We've got our Williams FW47 ready to go. Just going to make a few setup changes to make sure we are as quick as we can be. Soft tyres are on. Fantastic. Going to drop it down to about 10 litres or so. Hot lap delivery on the MG UK. Going to go up by 2 on all the wings. And then that should be all good. I'm going to go up a little bit on the brake bias. And you can take the halo off for some reason. That's interesting. Alright, but let's go. Also, you notice I've got a Gran Turismo HUD on. I just thought it was a pretty cool mod to have. But let's go. See what we can get done through the final 2 corners. And clip that apex there. Alright, and away we go in our Williams. Let's see what sort of time we can do and what sort of time we need to chase in the 2026 car. It's through turn 1. That was a lovely little apex there. As we rise up towards turn 3. I clipped the grass a bit. That's fine. That's not too bad. I also turned tyre blankets on just so we can have warm tyres for both cars. There's all big snap of oversteer coming out of turn 4, but down the parabolic is spelt with a K since it's in Germany and not in Italy. 30 seconds about to be on the clock as we head up towards the hairpin. Hard on the brakes, second gear. Oh, and that was a very big missed apex, but we're going to get the better exit because of that wider line as we head down to Pierre Gasly's career corner, as I like to call that one. Down towards the Mercedes grandstand. A little bit wide, but we're okay. We're still going strong through the right-hander. This isn't as easy as car to drive as I thought it was going to be. As we head now into the proper stadium section. 6th gear, up towards the hairpin, down to 3rd. A little bit of an odd camber, that's just a thing with the mod. And then rising out to the curve, apex, hard on the brakes once again. 4th gear, missed an apex there, use that curve on the outside, grab an apex there, and accelerate out to the line. It's going to be a 1 minute 18.333, so not a horrendous lap, I don't think. We went wide in a few places, but that is okay. Now we're going to jump into the 2026 car. And we're going to see if that is any quicker. Okay, so I guess this is the bit of the video which you've all been waiting for. Here is the 2026 regulation spec Formula 1 car. It's just got a default FIA livery on it. But we're going to see if it beats the 2025 Williams. The time to beat, if you have forgotten already, is a 118.333. I need to get rid of my Discord overlay. We're going to put on C5 tyres. We're going to go the same amount of fuel as we did in the Williams, 10 litres. Hot lap delivery, or high delivery, I guess is the only option. We're going to leave that there. Don't need to change the aero. Going to drop the brake bias by 1. And that looks about right. So, going to swap to the onboard camera. 118.333 to beat. Let's head off towards the end of this lap. And we're going to see if the 2026 car is any quicker. I have driven this car before, and it might not be quicker, but it is definitely a lot looser. But down towards turn 1 we go, 300 kilometers an hour, 5th gear on the way in.
Off.
Oh no, I'm losing it straight away. I did say it was looser, but I did not expect to lose it in the first corner. Restart. Alright, so we're going to try this again. Through the final corner. Just pretend like that bit never happened. Out of the final corner we go. And down the main straight. Towards turn 1. 7th gear. 6th. And then 5th. Use some of that curb. Get that turn in. No! I'm hitting the curb again. And around it goes again. It really doesn't like curbs. Oh my god. Alright. Restart 2. Okay, so. Gonna try this a third time. I guess now I know not to use curbs, something which the 2025 Williams can do. But out we go, down the main straight for a third time, 7th gear, 5th, try not to hit that curb on the inside, there you go, that was much better, and my left rear wheel is already overheating as we head down towards turn 2, there we go, nice on the way in, oh my god, wow, I cannot, for the life of me, control this car. We're gonna have to get another restart. Alright, here we go. Through the final 2 corners once again. For the love of God, I hope I actually get a lap in this time. But out we go. Out of the final corner. And the fact that my left rear wheel is already overheating is just ridiculous. 5th gear through turn 1. That was the best we've done it yet. 6th. 7th. Down towards turn 2. 3rd gear on the way in. Clip that apex. Swing out a little bit. Try not to spin up the rear wheels like we did on the previous attempt, and down we go. Down the parabolica. Seems to be a lot quicker in a straight line, this 2026 F1 car. Up towards the hairpin. Hard on the brakes. 3rd, 2nd, 1st. Get it turned in as much as I possibly can. Not going to hit an apex, but it's okay. 5th, 6th. Up towards Pierre Gasly career corner. And around we go. I had to massively lift off the tyre. I've just got absolutely no grip. A bit of a lock-up down into the Mercedes grandstand section. And then 4th gear for the right-handers. There's just absolutely no grip in this thing. The tyres are absolutely scorched. Up towards the stadium section. The right-hander, an amazing corner, especially in an HBD. Down towards the hairpin. A little bit of a lock-up on that left-hand side wheel. At the front, a huge snap of oversteer and a big save. As we head through the final corner, it's actually going to be really close here. 118.333 to beat. And up to the line, what's it going to be? Oh, and the FW47 beats it by, I think, only 0.2 of a second. Wow, that was incredibly close. Let's jump back to the pits and let's go have a look at that time. Because that was super close. Oh my god. Alright, yeah, here we can see the time. A 118.465 for ourselves in the 2026 car. And the time to beat, as you can see, I've got it written down here, 118.333. So, the FW45, at least at the hands of myself, is quicker in 1 lap. But now what we're going to do is we're going to do a 1 lap, 1v1, between the 2 cars, and we're going to see which is quicker in a race-ish scenario. Alright, so here we go for the final part of this video. As you can see, I'm going to be driving the 2026 car. We've got Carlos Sainz over there in the FW47, and we've got 1 lap. Tyre blankets have been turned off. We are just going to see which is quicker over 1 lap race. But let's see what we got. Where are the lights? There they are up in front of us. We're going to rev up our 2026 FIA car, and it's going to be lights out, and away we go. It's a sluggish start for the FW47 into turn 1. We're immediately going to take the lead. Through we go. There he is right there, just looking behind me, just to get an idea of where he is. Down into turn 2, 3rd gear. Obviously we're on cold tyres. I have turned tyre blankets off for this race. It's through turn 3 and 4 we go. Here he is. There is Carlos Sainz, but I think in terms of straight line speed, the Williams, although he has DRS, just cannot compete. As we hit the braking zone though, 1st gear on the way in, he's not on our inside. Oh, now he is, as I've drifted wide. There goes Carlos in the Williams, and we're just going to shoot back past. Look at the straight line speed, look at the difference between the two cars as we head down into the Mercedes-Benz grandstand section. Now, I would expect the Williams to be quicker through this back sector of this Hockenheim track. Where is he? He's back there. 6th gear, 7th gear. Down into the stadium section. Use some of that curve on the inside. Be brave. Into the hairpin. 3rd gear. Oh, it's another lock-up like we did on our hot lap. But there is Carlos. I don't think he's going to get any closer. Struggling with that dirty air. So it looks like it is going to be the 2026 Williams. Also, the 2026 F1 car is going to win this race. 1 lap race. And there you have it. It was a 1.3 second gap with a standing start as we hit the line. But looks like, over the course of 1 lap, a 2025 car is faster. In race trim, 2026 car is faster. So that makes it quite interesting for next year. But there we have it. Well, there we have it, everybody. Hopefully you all enjoyed that video. That was a ton of fun. I've got plenty of ideas like this on the way, but it was an interesting experiment. I didn't, honestly, in my eyes, I thought that the 2026 car was going to be faster in every aspect. I didn't actually expect the Williams to be quicker over 1 lap pace. I know the laps weren't the greatest, but oh well, hopefully we can look past that. But yeah, that is going to be it for this video. Stay safe, have an awesome day, make awesome choices, and as always, I'm going to see you all in the next video. So take care, everybody.